Well, I see on the screen that your name is Sig. This is your short name, right?
Oh,
Yes,
am I
because
on a sick?
yes, because I was struggling about how pronounce your name. So how is the correct word?
Oh, that's really funny. I think that must be like a standard thing I once wrote on a Zoom meeting that I was sick. But my name, I'm so used to the pronunciation of my name being Sigrid, but in Norwegian it would be Sigrid.
Sigre.
Yeah, yeah,
That's that's close.
Sigrid. Yeah,
Sigre.
it's close. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
try and give me something Spanish, or yeah, won't be able to say
No,
it.
yeah, yeah, but since this is an interview, it's great to know how to correct pronunciation
Oh, good. How are
of your
you?
name. I'm fine. How are you? You are the important person here. Tell me, how are you? What are you doing right
Oh,
now?
I'm good, thanks. It's getting dark in Oslo. I'm back home in Norway. I was just in London for some writing. So yeah, I'm back now, back home.
Okay, writing new things or just writing whatever came to your head?
No, no, writing new things. I was actually doing a little writing session for another artist, which was very fun.
Oh,
Mm,
oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
it was
Well,
very cool. I don't know if I can say who it is because I don't know if she would want me to say it, but it was someone very cool that I admire. So that was fun.
okay, we will
Yeah.
know. We will know in the future.
You'll let me know in the future if the song is good.
Yeah, of course. So you were touring in the last months, and I don't know, it was a great tour. It was a big tour. Uh, so how was the experience like?
Oh wow, yeah, I feel like I've been touring nonstop for the past few years. The only years I didn't tour was in the pandemic. Um, yeah, it all feels almost like a blur of like a continuous touring, but it's been amazing. I love touring as well. Last year was fun. Last year was a lot of Norway and some Europe, the UK. No, wait, only UK. And then we did Japan and Korea, which was so fun.
Oh,
Yeah, that was very cool. So, yeah, excited for this tour though. Very excited to come to Argentina.
yes, I was just about to say that you love touring, and still you don't know Argentina.
And I still haven't been. I know.
Yes.
It's a disgrace. I should have come much earlier. Yeah, it's about time. It's yeah, I'm very, very excited and honored to come and play.
And I want to know what have you heard about Argentina or audience or concerts? What do you know about that?
Okay. Everyone says you guys are very passionate
A little
for
bit.
music. Yeah? Okay,
Yes,
that's
a
what
little.
literally every journalist have been saying that for every interview is that Argentinians passionate. So that's my takeaway from it. I'm very excited about that. I'm imagining it to be a very fun show. I'm hoping for lots of dancing and singing along and passion.
Yeah, you're a passion person. Right. And your last album, How to Let Go. And I want to ask you first, how's Sigrid? How does Sigrid to let it go?
How do I let go?
Yes.
I have a beer with my band. That's the short-term solution. I have a beer. I love cooking. I'll go for hikes. I love hiking and skiing. I mean, that's more of like the practical level. I'm not very good at letting go, like on a more emotional level. And I think
Yes.
that's why I make records that are called How to Let Go, because I don't know how. I think there's something like such a typical artist cliche of like you don't let go of all the stories you have from your life. You just keep like digging and digging on stories that you have in your bank of the memory bank and you write songs about it. And Yeah, I'm probably a pretty, like, nostalgic person. I love
Oh,
the history. I love nostalgia. I love watching a film that's nostalgic or, like, makes me think of what was. Um, but I'm also, like, a big dreamer. I love, like, ambition and thinking about the future. Um, I'm not always very good at being in the present. That's the problem. But
well, that
it's fair.
that well, but now that you mention, it's really interesting to hear you, and I want to know what's your favorite movie now that you mentioned about that.
My favorite movie. I mean, so many. I remember the first movie that I like fully fell in love with was is it The Amazing Amélie or The Fabulous Amélie, the French film.
Yes,
Um, I love that one. I used like all I mean, love Sofia Coppola films. Like in recent years, like Her with Jack and Phoenix, I absolutely loved.
yes,
I love Past Lives that came out last year. That was really good. Korean, German production, I think, or was it American? That was really cool. Worst Person in the World, which is a Norwegian film. That one I really loved. That made a huge
I
impression.
haven't heard about this one, that one.
The Worst Person in the World.
Yes,
It's very cool. Wait, what would be? It's about I think it's a girl who's like ish 30 and she lives in Oslo. And it was so fun because they were filming in all these neighborhoods that like are my neighborhoods. And it's about her, I don't know, trying to get to through life and making stupid decisions and like being the worst person in the world. But it's also so human. It's so
oh,
human.
that's
Sometimes you fuck up and you do stupid things and yeah, you hurt people and you say sorry and then people hurt you and the circle goes around. It's a good film.
yes.
Yeah.
I imagine I particularly love movies when you can create this connection with the real life. And about that, you were saying that in your album, How to Let Go, it's also a place to write about your emotions and your imagination and the things that you live. And it is hard for you to talk about your experience in life in your song. Do you feel kind of some exposure or vulnerability?
Mm, I didn't think about it too much in the beginning, probably, but like the more I've done this and the bigger the project becomes, of course, you get more and more protective of your private life, um, which yeah, that can be hard in the creative process to try and tune out the fact that people, possibly a lot of people, will listen to it and people will be interested to know what the songs are about, or I don't know, it doesn't come natural for me to talk that open about like real things in my life, but to be vulnerable with an emotion is somehow easier because emotions are so universal.
Yeah,
um we might have very different experiences, but the emotion can be very similar. So I think that's
exactly.
nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a really cool, but in a way also puts you in the spotlight, and everyone's kind of know what kind of experience do you live so it's kind of like a beautiful thing, but also it must be hard, I think.
Yeah, it's just like the thing that comes with it, isn't it? But yeah, it
And
works. It
yes,
takes me to Argentina.
yes, of course. And speaking about Argentina, and tell me what kind of concert we will see here in the May 24th here in Argentina.
I think it's gonna have a lot of energy. I'm very honored to
It's,
be
I'm
asked.
seeing the date in just for one day, less than a month. So we are in countdown.
Oh God, I've seen countdowns on the fan accounts. The fan accounts are doing literal countdowns. So sweet. No, I'm very excited to get over there, give it my all, do my best show. Enjoy it, soak up the moment, try to be in the present. Um, yeah, I'm very excited. I have so much music to play, so I feel like it's just going to be all my favorite songs from the different albums and EPs.
And that's cool. And I want to know because I know that Lord said that you're an amazing artist and you uh,
She.
bring. Yes, I read something about that.
Ah, that's very nice. I love Lord.
And I want to know about your opinion about the woman in music, that it's something that is growing and growing, and it's really important to see more women on stage, on festivals, playing and singing. And you are one of the woman that mentioned that, and I want to know your opinion.
Seeing a woman do something is a huge inspiration, and I think you need to see something to believe that you can do it as well. And I think that speaks for any type of diversity in the world. Like, you have to see a version of yourself to believe, like, oh, that could be me up there. If that is like being a super famous physician, or I don't know, working for like being a politician, seeing yourself as a politician, and yeah, being to see someone where you come from is super important. Just representation in general is very important. So yeah, it's been really cool for me to see girls do well in the music industry. And speaking of Lord, I think she's absolutely amazing. She's done so much for music, I think. I mean, she's really influenced the whole generation. And yeah, I love all her music, and I love the last album. I love the different eras she's been taking us through. So yeah.
And now we are mentioning Lord, and she started really when she was really almost a teenager like you. And
Mhm.
I was reading your story about your first uh, the first time you sing was in your brother's band. And how was that was probably the trigger to you to say yes, I want to do this, or you were planning before that.
No, um, I've been playing piano since I was 7. So I've been playing my whole life. And then I started singing when I was like 12, 13. And then I did a performance with my brother. And after that performance, I still don't think I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a pop singer. I was just like enjoying music, and then slowly I was like, oh, actually, maybe I do love this. Maybe I do want to do this a lot more. So it's just like gradually became more.
Okay, gradually. And speaking about pop music, and I was reading something about you said that it is really hard to write pop music. And what do you think that it's happening? Because the pop music it was really evolving in the last decades, and now is something it is something completely different, like 20 or 30 years ago. So what do you think about that, and how do you think why do you think it is so hard to write pop music?
I think there's like, it's not necessarily hard to write um like a pop song. It's about writing a good pop song that is difficult. Writing something that can stand the test of time, something that feels classic, or something that makes you want to listen to it over and over and over again. Sorry, to find that slightly like addictive ingredient to it is difficult. And then pop music has changed so much with, I mean, from radio to streaming, just the length of songs. But
Yes,
also, pop music just means like popular music, and what is popular will always change. Um, which is the fascinating thing as well. But like, there's way more guitars now than there used to be
yes,
just a
yes,
couple of years ago. Like, guitar is so back again. But that might shift again. The pendulum, is that what you call it? It will always go back and forth. So yeah. And I think like just now with TikTok, not just TikTok, but like social media in general, trend cycles are so fast
Yeah,
nowadays. Like in I mean, something is trendy for literally 2 weeks and then you move on to the next thing.
the next one, yes.
Um yeah, it moves so fast. I think there's definitely something to be said for just like do what you like.
Okay. O- Okay, we are
I thought it was
running.
so funny the other day. Sorry, just one last thing. I thought it was so funny. I read a fashion article the other day that was like, "T-shirt and jeans is trendy," and I was like, "When was that like not trendy?" I don't know. Did that go
Like a
away and then
century ago
common
is
again?
trending.
I
Yes.
thought it was super funny. Then I was like, "Yay, I'm trendy again."
Yes, everyone. Yes, that's really funny. Thank you for sharing. And we are running out of time. And the last question, it's referring to our site. Our site is called Concerts in Argentina. So we mainly focus on concerts, and we always make that questions to every artist. And I want to know, what was your best concert of your life? It doesn't matter if it was on a stage, l- attending to the concert, and an experience, something that you will never forget uh, having in some concert.
Mm, I can't choose, but I know it's Glastonbury. It's either when I played the tent last year or the other stage, the couple years before that. I love Glasgow. It's just my favorite festival in the world.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
You were lucky enough to play there. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you very much for your time. You were very kind, and
Thank you. Thanks for
we
chatting with me.
we will see you in less than a month.
Yeah, that'll be great. See you then. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
see you. Bye bye.
Bye.